What's up, everybody? We're back with some more Nova Drift.
It's Wednesday, my dudes.
And a new patch has just hit the experimental servers. So there's new stuff to play around with, and some of it works.
Most of it works, doesn't it?
So what we're going to do is, this isn't going to be your typical episode, because I'm just going to just straight up cheat so we can get the things that we want so I can show off the new stuff.
What?
So, let's immediately start looking for Thermal Lance. We'll grab that. I didn't even look at it, so let's actually look at it. Thermal Lance. Charge up and sustain a focused lance of heat to burn targets and make them vulnerable to further damage.
Dang.
While sustaining Thermal Lance, you fire twisting sparks that are affected by your projectile mods. Thermal Lance and its sparks ignite targets for 120 burning damage per second. Damage from Thermal Lance and its sparks apply vulnerability to targets. That's like the new thing for this patch.
Okay.
Vulnerability increases the damage targets take from all sources. After targets stop receiving vulnerability for 1 second, the effect falls off over time. And while you're lancing, you get minus 35 thrust and minus 50% rotation speed.
Okay. Damage scales to the charge level.
Yep. And then modifiers to blast radius and rate of fire affect charge rate, which essentially means like rate of fire and blast radius affects the Thermal Lance size.
Okay. Cool.
So you want rate of fire and you want blast radius to make it
so
big.
you can't chungus the lance.
Correct. So we're not gonna worry about that for now. We're actually going to here's Carrier. Carrier is the new body. You automatically assemble and deploy swarm constructs, which apply vulnerability to targets. Again,
Vulnerability,
the new thing.
yeah.
While a damaged shield protects you, a portion of your swarm constructs are assigned to recover your shields. While your shield is down and you have no shield, swarm constructs gain increased movement speed and rate of fire, and then minus 10% rate of fire just in general for you. Bigger hull but weaker thrust. It's sort of typical for big boy guys, kind of like similar to battery.
Yeah.
Swarm constructs are basic constructs, but they are rarely created as standard or advanced constructs with improved abilities. Construct limit is 4 plus 1 for every 2 of your levels. They only have 8 hull, and they only do 4 damage, but they apply 0.25% vulnerability per hit. The rate of fire is 1.5 hits a second, and their assembly time is 1.5 seconds.
All right, so I got two things. One, that means the Carrier is actively worse at the lance because of the 10% rate of fire penalty.
It means that the lance will be smaller.
And rarely created as standard or advanced constructs. Is there any sort of like... There needs to be like percentages or something on there because... is it worth it?
They told you. It's rarely. I think that's pretty self-explanatory.
Is there any visual indication if one is?
Maybe. I don't know.
Actually, that one right there is different.
It's glowing, so probably. So, you know what we're going to do? We're going to hit this, and then... Oh, we're going to hit it again because I already hit it once. So I'm going to just... Look at all those levels I just gained completely legitimately.
Yep, 70 rerolls. No big.
So now we can really mess around. Let's actually reroll for the new shield, since I kind of missed the boat on that one. Alright.
There it is.
Shockwave. This shield is super cool, by the way.
Okay.
We're going to have some fun with this. Not necessarily today, but this weekend when I'm doing real builds, we're going to have some fun. Shield Shockwave. Shockwave releases waves that ebb and flow, pushing targets and projectiles around it.
Okay.
When your shields reset after its cooldown, Shockwave releases a forceful wave which deals 200 damage and applies 20% vulnerability to targets it hits.
Okay.
Vulnerability increases the damage it takes from all sources. Same thing, vulnerability.
Okay.
It's a cool shield.
Okay.
We'll show it off now. So we have all the new stuff. All of the new equipment, because there is some other stuff that has changed.
Okay.
Let's go find some of this. Mines have changed.
Okay. I already see a new icon there on the right.
Yes, they took away auto mines. Auto mines are gone, and instead there's minefield. Whereas your mines are deployed all at once in a cluster. Plus 3 mine construct limit, plus 50% mine assembly speed, plus minus 50% mine maximum hull, minus 25% mine damage, total mine effect, and mine trigger radius, but your mines cause a chain reaction when they detonate.
Okay.
So when one detonates, they all go.
Okay.
Also, loaded mines is now 2nd tier instead of 3rd tier.
Sure.
And the loaded mines have a new mechanic where for weapons that charge innately, your mines charge your weapon until they detonate at 75% of their charge rate, and they constantly take 2 damage a second while they're charging.
Okay.
Currently, that's only for Vortex and Lance, because I believe they're the only 2 innately charging weapons.
Sure.
And then Retribution got put to the bottom tier, and the only thing that changed about that is it now has a 0.5 second cooldown, which means that our previous Vocal Spin build
no longer works, right?
No longer do. But there's other super mods that we can do with mines, so we're going to take mines.
I mean, I still think that even with a 0.5 cooldown, it can still be pretty dang cool.
So Loaded Mines shows off both of the new super mods.
Okay.
So we can check them out right here. So with Loaded Mines and Overseer, you can get Mortar, which is your mines are deployed at high velocity when you fire. Your mines detonate at low velocity instead of detonating within a trigger radius. Minus 20% mine damage and mine effect. If you fire with no mines assembled, you shoot a mine anyway, but you take 15% plus 5 of your current hull and shields. This removal cannot be mitigated, but you also cannot reduce your hull and shields below 1. So you can't kill yourself with it, but you can hurt yourself real bad with it if you keep firing mines that you ain't got.
Does that work with Retribution? So, like, if you do that, which chunks away your hull, does that automatically launch another mine?
No, because the wording of this is take a hull hit, and this is specifically worded as removed.
Okay, good to know.
So basically, it turns anything into a grenade because it functions exactly like a grenade. You shoot it forward, it goes doop,
sure,
and then it goes off. So if you have a mortar filled with grenade mines, then it's basically, and those grenades have splinter, it's basically like you're giving your splinters. It's splintered. It's like grenadeception, because the mortar will go off and it will explode into the grenades. And then those grenades will go off and they'll explode into splinters. And then the splinters will go off. So it's just a lot of explosions.
Okay.
And then the other one, which you need loaded mines and charge shot, is charged mines. Your mines charge your weapon until they detonate at 100% of your charge rate. Charge shot no longer applies to you. So, okay. You don't get to charge shot anymore, but your mines do. Minus 25% mine trigger radius, and your mines constantly take 2 damage a second.
Okay. So generally speaking, you don't want the 2 super mods together.
I mean, you can. Why not?
Well, because if you take charged mines, your mines are detonating at a smaller radius. But if you're just launching them forward into something, they're not actually going to charge.
Yeah, but there's like a Goldilocks distance where if you put them like pretty much right in front of where their target is, particularly with vortex mines, it can do a lot of damage. We were messing around with it on the stream.
Okay.
Also, yeah, keep an eye out for streams. I try to post about them ahead of time. We've been doing some Overdrift streams lately. We were testing out some stuff yesterday. But yeah, we're gonna take loaded mines, and then well, I'll show you some of the stuff here because I have a billion rerolls. Why not? I should have got blast radius. Alright, I'll still get blast radius. I'm looking for payload. There it is, so that I can get charge shot. Well, we also want high explosive, because blast radius is weapon size. So I'm noticing a distinct lack of things I need, even with infinite rerolls.
Well, you know, it's also weird because you're diving right into showing off cool versions of things, so we're not going to really see growth into them.
I know, because that's what the weekend actual builds are for.
Yeah.
This is just showing you the stuff, man. So we're gonna... There we go. Charge shot. and then immediately go into charge mines.
Sure.
I'll wait to show off mortar. So this is our lance. We just kind of pointed at things and they die. You'll notice our shield keeps kind of going wub wub wub.
Yep, that's that shockwave.
Yep. Every time it wubs out, it will ever so slightly push things and projectiles away. And then you should notice that big wub is when we take damage and then the shield recharges itself. It does a big wub. Like I just took a little dink, and now I'm just going to wait for the shield to come back. As I dink a rock and ruin it. But as it comes back here, it's going to go whomp. And then it does a lot of damage. And gives a vulnerability to things.
So this is also cool. You seem to have had some of your allies out before you picked up a shield, so they have blue trails. And then the rest of them seem to have the pink trail of your new shield.
I didn't know that. Oh, that is cool.
Yeah!
You can tell the OG. The OG
I mean, they're slowly dying. You had like half and half, and now you're down to just, you know, 1 or 2 blues left. But
come on,
there is 1 blue.
Come on, my OGs, you gotta survive.
It's just the one. Let him survive.
You must survive. Make your time. Okay, so now, just because we can, let's go into just getting Overseer for no reason and showing off Mortar. Actually, before I show off Mortar, let me just show off the grenades now, because I have loaded mine lances. So what would you suspect that they would do?
I mean, I have... On the one hand, I should have no idea. On the other hand, I watched the stream, so I know dang well what.
Okay. So they are just bars of death. Also, an interesting interaction with the Juggernauts with the lance is it considers the tip of the lance to be me. So when I hit him with the lance, he charges ahead, even though I'm not ahead of him.
Huh.
Also, do you see the bullets kind of basically just
pulsing
away from me? It's so good. I love the shield. The shield was the thing I was least excited for, and I think it's my favorite thing in this patch.
Okay. It's a little weird that the pulse is also slowing down the projectiles ever so slightly, because that makes me question...
Well, it doesn't slow them down innately. It's just whenever it pulses, it gives them a nudge. And then whenever I did the big pulse, then it's a big nudge. But it's pretty neat. I like it. So let's see. Shielded constructs would be upsetting because it only shields the standard and advanced constructs. So theoretically, like every once in a while,
you'll gain some.
I'd get one.
You would very visibly know which ones were your fancy ones.
Yeah.
You should do it. It's this weirdo Wednesday build, man.
Weirdo Wednesdays.
We'll see it.
Now we got Overseer without it. If I found shielded constructs before exploding constructs, after you said that, I would have done it. But alright, so now we don't have a weapon, but when we shoot mines, oh, I actually have to have mortar. There we go. Mortar. Okay. So anyway. So now I shoot...
Why is that spinning like a madman?
I don't know, because it's feeling the beat. So now... See, if it creates content, or if it hits something, it'll explode, just like you'd imagine. But then... Otherwise, you can kind of shoot it like that. I don't really recommend mortar for charge weapons. Because it's not great, but...
that's what I was saying. You don't really want mortar with charge mines.
See, grenades is easy. Let's. I'm looking for like flak. There we go. Let's try it with flak. Oh. I mean, the charge just makes it better, but I mean, it's still
if it's allowed to charge.
Yeah, but even without it charging, it's still like you're not losing anything.
Well, yes, you're losing a 25% blast radius.
Yes, but if you're hitting somebody with it, it doesn't matter if the blast radius is 25% less because they're still getting hit in the face with it.
Well, when there's one target, sure. But later on, there's going to be a lot of dudes on the screen.
Yeah, we got a lot of mines. So, now, if I'm starting shooting mines that I don't got, you notice that my health starts to really take a hard hit.
Yeah.
Will targeting improve my mortars?
I have no idea.
That's a question that we're gonna learn. I might even get advanced targeting, so we can, like, there'll be no question if it works or not. Okay, so if I shoot it kind of off to the side.
Nope.
Alright. And that makes sense to me because it's not like this itself is a weapon. It's not a grenade, even though it looks like it and acts like it.
Right.
It is a mine. But I imagine the projectiles coming out will have some form of targeting. Not that Flash is a particularly good example of that.
Right.
Well, let's...
Yep,
yeah,
there you
so
go.
The projectiles will have targeting.
Good to know.
Look at this. We're doing science and we're still alive. So are there any other interactions you want to clarify? Like,
yeah. Go look. Do me a favor and go look for salvo.
Salvo.
Yep.
All right.
And fire one of these mines off so it doesn't hit something.
All right.
I want to see how much it charges.
It launched 2 missiles.
2 missiles? There's got to be a way you can improve that. How do you just improve splinters?
That
That is upsetting, honestly.
Let's up our projectile count. We'll get like conversion.
Oh, you actually don't have splinter.
I don't have splinter at the moment.
So you should probably grab splinter.
So we'll get splinter. I know I want
volley.
Let's just try to get fusillade real quick.
Yep, fusillade.
Okay.
There you go.
So now if I shoot one over here,
that's still not great. That's still not great. I was thinking that it was just like it says your mind's charged. I was like, well, if you charge, salvo, that you'd get more missiles, but
now,
apparently not.
If we go grenades now, for example,
it pops.
Mine will explode into grenades, which will explode into splinters, which explode.
So again, that's only splintering into 4 grenades, which I feel like is less than it used to loaded mines.
Well, you're probably thinking of when I'm also doing it as an architect.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Architect has the big boy toys. But as you can see, it's not bad. Considering I can do it fairly frequently. It's not bad.
Not bad.
Well, I could show you how it works with Vortex, even though I have Fusillade, which is literally just the worst. So that will just Vortex out, and then, yeah, but it's super sad.
Because Fusillade, okay.
Let's try Pulse. We're just gonna...
Pulse Mortar, that could be kind of cool. Oh.
That wasn't bad.
That wasn't bad, but it hit him, so... See if you can place it in front of things. Whoa.
Oh, hello. Darkness, my old friend.
Your little allies got better. Right between them. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's not bad.
You know.
There could be a build there. Architect, Mortar, Pulse.
That ain't bad. That ain't bad at all. Well, let's check out Minefield, because that's another new one. And we can do it with Mortar.
Yep.
So, now I'm going to get my mines back much faster. I'm actually going to try to let my mines build up, because with the minefield. You want to launch as many as you can. So, all right, I got like 9 available here. I'm just gonna go bleh.
And then they pulse.
Yeah.
Huh. It's kind of cool.
Bleh. So it does hurt the damage of each individual one, but you can really get that shotgun effect.
Okay. So I'm sure. I guess minefield wouldn't really work well with architect, but.
That's a good question. Hold on.
Because you can only deploy one at a time, so I'm curious what happens.
Yep, it's just sadness. Is what that is.
The worst part is, I think that was literally eating all of your mines to fire one mine, too.
Let's see.
What are we looking for now?
Yeah, just go back to carrier.
Back to carrier.
I also, by switching my weapons, I still had carrier boys with me.
Huh! Also, that was kind of cool.
Ta-da!
Those mines also seem to fire wherever the frick they feel like.
Yeah, they kind of...
They fire in a roughly forward direction, but you seem to be like firing...
If you have one, that one will fire straight and true. If you have more than one, all bets are off past the first. Even the first, all bets are off, actually. Look, just one, boom, on target every time. One target. And then we'll get up to 2, and then...
That second one went right that time.
But man, look at all my little friends.
Your little friends are pretty cool. They don't do a whole lot of damage individually, but you can visibly see the vulnerability thing going.
Yes.
Because they're slowly cranking up their damage. Now they're up to 7s. Now they're up to 8s.
Yeah. And they make excellent Secret Service agents.
Yeah, they also will fly over and repair your shield too.
Yes. So all in all, they're pretty cool.
I need you to switch over to shielded constructs, since you're doing just the sillies.
Alrighty.
So, first thing of note is that it does not give it to the ones that are already out.
This is just... I just don't have a shield. It's just all there is to it.
Yeah. Also, you don't seem to be producing that many more. No, I guess they are still slowly spawning off of you.
Yeah. And I don't know what the chances of summoning more fancy ones. My shield just went, so something happened. Something in... Oh, that guy!
Hey!
That one right there! He's got my shield! Go forth and conquer, young man!
You're also still damaging that shield
there we go.
Using your mortars. If you
yeah, now they start doing pulsey stuff. All right, this is how we're living our life now, boys.
You got 4 of them out.
This is a good way of guessing the percentages of how often we get better guys.
Yeah, and you've got a 5th one right there that was out before you had the shield. So
Whoa.
yeah,
Go, my pulsey boys.
You've got like 7 or 8 of them out that have the shield, so it's actually not an insignificant percentage. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, you have 8 of them out with it. Plus, again, one that was clearly out before you picked up shielded constructs.
Now they're all just gonna go pulse.
That's kind of cool.
I kind of dig it.
It's definitely weird, but I kind of... Oh, dude, could you imagine that with, like, Halo Shield?
Okay, Mine Specialist. Apex Machinery. 75% longer assembly time. It takes me 1.5 seconds to make them.
Yeah.
So it'd go up to a little under 3 seconds to make them.
It makes
it makes my mines way cooler.
It makes your shield effect stronger.
So let's do it.
Oh, the shield popped.
I mean, it's gonna happen. But when it comes back... Oh. Did all my shield boys die?
No. You've got 3 dudes there.
Well, why are they slacking all of a sudden?
I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, man.
Oh, what happened?
What happened?
Just get a faster shield cooldown. Just.
Oh, it did reset them. Oh, no, he got you.
Ta-da!
Man, Punchy
Score
Magoo
cheater.
cleared out everything.
Yes. But I think I showed a lot of the new interactions and the new stuff with the new build.
Yeah.
Which is all I wanted to do with this video. Because
Also,
this weekend when we do real builds...
mode endless score cheater.
Yes. You can't save a score if you're cheating.
Which is good.
Yes. But yeah, I didn't want to do anything serious this video because this weekend we're going to be trying real builds with the new stuff.
Sure.
So that's where it's going to be. But for anyone who hadn't seen the new experimental patch and just wanted to know what the new stuff did, hopefully this was informative. I think we went over everything that changed significantly. I'm sure that there's little tweaks here and there, and then it's experimental, so there's still bugs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I think I hit all of the major things. We hit both new super mods. We hit all the new equipment. We tried out a lot of the interactions with the new stuff.
Yep.
We checked out mines, which were very different. And that's about it with this particular build.
Yeah.
So this weekend we'll try to come up with some good stuff for it. But until then, see you guys next time.
Okay, bye.